Hello and welcome to my Software Inc. tutorial 2. Today I'll be explaining how you can get started on your company. So to start off, you'll probably want to start off by contract work. So I'm going to skip forward. When you've built it, you do not want to take any contract work. You want to start the game, put it on third pace, and you'll want to wait a bit for your person to come in. Now when they're in, you want to start the contract work. So here I can choose that I want to do the logistics application, but the required quality is mediocre and you only have a month to do it, so I might run out of time. You'll probably want to choose one if you click on it and it says required quality horrible. They're a lot easier to make. They generally don't pay out as good, but they're a lot easier to do. So you want to pass that on to your team. And this blue bar is the quality, the minimum you can do, and over here is the highest you can do. For contract work, you just want to do the bare minimum every time. So you'll probably want to put it on third pace when it's developing. Press develop. I know I went quite fast there, I'm pausing now. This second stage doesn't take very long because of how bad the quality is. So from there you can then just promote it. Then you'll get a bit of a delay, and then finally, it will go to the beta stage and it will say fixed how many bugs. The more bugs you have in the contract work, you might get fined by it. So for example, this work, I can't actually see what the cost per bug is in this one, but for this logistics application over here, every bug will cost me £60 or £59. So to make the most of your money, you want to let this finish completely. Then when it's done like this, you just want to press release. You can see up here in the notifications, I got 631 for accepting the contract and then got 5,000 for finishing the contract, which is the top I could have got. If I continue on, so make another horrible one. This is how you start off, so you can build up money to make your first software, so then you can expand for more people. So you can develop, promote and release, and you just want to keep doing this over and over again until you reach a lot of money. You do slowly build up more business reputation. I'm sorry if I made that unclear in the last video, but with contract work it's a lot more difficult to build up business reputation. With your first deal, you might be able to 5-star your business reputation. You very slowly build it with contract work, and it will slowly decline when you're making software. So you do not want to worry about this in the start of the game. You will not have any fans. Not to worry. So I'm just going to cut to when I've made enough money to continue, and I'll catch you when I've made enough money. Alright, so when you've reached about the same amount of money I have, so about 40,000, you want to press this button down here which says develop software. From here, you want to choose a type of software. Do not choose operating system, game engine, game, office software, CMS is your first one. Either choose 2D editor or audio tool. You might also have 3D editor available if you're in the future. So if you choose 2D editor, for example, you then need to give it a name in the top left. So I might call mine, for example, Jim's 2D editor. From there you can choose a category if it's applicable. It's not for 2D editor. You want to leave price until the end. Original IP. If you've made a different 2D editor in the past and this is a follow-up to it, then you can choose that there. In-house, that's if you make a game engine, for example, but you don't want to let other companies take it and make their game with it, you can choose that. Same for 2D editor. SCM is source control management. This makes them more efficient but requires a server. But for this type of software, so 2D editor, I need to choose an operating system. It's best if you choose ones which have low license costs but a lot of people are using it. So this is a good answer to that. It's most accessible and it's one of the cheapest licenses to get hold of. So you'll be charged on that. From there I can see that I'll be reaching 1 million people at an estimate. So I can choose how I want this to work. So I can choose if I want it to render images, which is required, or other features which aren't unlocked. The only one I've got currently is stock library, which I'm not going to put in. So with that feature, I can choose a price for how much I'm going to charge for just an image renderer. So I'm going to choose £15 and send that away for development. At the start, you do not want to do marketing on at the very start, and now you can spend some time. And you can choose how long you want to let your person design it, which is your maximum quality. So if you only did expected quality horrible, you can't get better than horrible. If you do outstanding, then you can get all the way up to outstanding, but you could also make it horrible. It's all about how long you have, how much money you have, how long you want to wait, and various other factors. So as you can see, it takes quite a while for your first program. So if you're new, you might want to consider getting a bigger capital bring up so you don't go bankrupt while you're trying to make your first program. And I choose to go up to outstanding, so I'm now going to go into the development phase, which is faster because he's skilled more in programming. So you can see here that if I press release, the top I can get now is bad, but if I wait a bit longer, it goes up to mediocre, good, great, and then eventually it will reach outstanding, where I'll promote it and release it. Right, since we don't have anybody else to do the marketing for us, your first thing you want to do is market it by yourself. You want to click yes and begin advertising. You do not want to click any of the extra tick boxes. That will just cost you additional money which you won't be able to take advantage of. So as you can see here, the first bit of money's been made. Once you're at this, what you'll want to do is build another building, well, another table at least. You can choose to build another building if you want. So I'll build another one for my marketing team. Well, the one person that is. And then when you've got to this point as well, you want to click hire employees, role, marketer. Now how much don't you mind about paying them? I'm going to put that up to the top. You want to press personality, so you know if they're compatible with you currently. And you want to set this to a good cost. I'll choose 600. You probably want to sort by skill. So as you can see here, I can get someone which has 99% skill in this, and they're compatible. So if I hire them, they'll be coming in tomorrow. But I don't want to go broke in that time, so you'll probably want to continue making some marketing work whilst this continues. And also, I forgot to mention this, when you actually get the marketer, you want to click on her or him, change roles, and press marketer straight away, otherwise you might have issues when you're developing. But as you can see, my person's back in work today for development, so I can earn extra money, so I do not make myself bankrupt whilst I wait for my marketer to come in. You want to unassign yourself from, well, if you are not going to hire a second person, you want to unassign your marketing and end it. If you are getting a second person, just leave it alone and it will just sort itself out when the time's ready. So I've finished 2 contracts, so I've made myself up to 50,000. Right, and on the first day you can instantly notice that I only have marketing set and only one of the people is working. The marketer will be working and help marketing the program for me. And since my normal person has nothing else to do, they'll also help market. So I'm just going to let that continue, and I'm going to call that the end of the tutorial. This has been tutorial 2, how to start your software company. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.